have a game per se, but I have like a question I want everyone to answer. What's the best thing about being a housewife or the housewife experience? And then also, what's the worst thing?
Ooh, this is good.
Set it off, Candace.
Want me to go first?
Yeah,
okay.
really excited over
Okay. My best, honestly, it's an honor to be, you know, the second all-black cast.
Yeah.
And the worst thing, social media. I am like pummeled on the hour.
Candace, you bring this on yourself.
No, I don't. They come at me first.
You are a disaster on Twitter.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have to take responsibility
For responding
for your trigger figures
to
on the social media.
And
I don't care if they moisturize.
Candace, girl, last night you told us that you have accountability for your mouth. But now you want to tell us you don't know why you get trolled on social media. It's because you bring it on yourself, troll.
Well, like, best part for me is just every single thing. I mean, my life was in the and, like, I just had, like, no palatable future, no hope. Like, I was just going to turn my face to the wall and, like, make sure I didn't at my kids. Housewives gave me the opportunity to escape. So deeply grateful.
I have a problem with a lot of the housewives. They'd say, like, oh, it's been so bad for me. It destroyed my marriage. It destroyed my family. I'm very familiar with us. Like, we've been doing this for a long time. Even though we weren't on TV for 8 years, we made history. Like, we did a comeback after 8 years. Like, what are the chances of another franchise coming after 8 years?
Okay.
So, cheers to us that we did that.
Yeah, cheers.
Alexia, while the resurgence of Real Housewives of Miami is something to celebrate, but nobody's asking questions about you now.
It's Whitney's turn.
Y'all ain't shushing her.
What are you talking about, Portia?
My best and worst are the same thing. It's the amount of growth and personal development I've had to do. I love how I'm starting to own who I am and be okay with it, but also it's been a very painful process. But I've always been a down-ass bitch, and I never thought I'd be picked or anything like that. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
I was just telling Portia, we're so lucky. People pay us to hear the that comes out of our mouth.
Okay, Portia, you're up.
The best part of being a housewife is the sisterhood of, like, knowing someone's real story. When I watch a reality show, I want to see somebody who is raw.
Yeah.
After I gave birth, I was literally in the middle of postpartum depression. And I just let the camera see whatever it was. Y'all know that's a suicidal moment. And then I couldn't even turn on the light.
She woke up probably every 2.5, 3 hours. I just have to get used to doing it by myself.
I see you being strong, and I know you're being strong for the baby.
On national television. Producer came to me and she said this to me, and this is what made me do that season. Her name is Joy. She sat me down and I said, Joy, I can't do this season. And she was like, it's okay. You don't have to say a word. She said, you don't have to do anything. We're just going to be here for you to tell your story. She said, because I know you're going to come out of it. It's almost like what my mother has always said, fake it till you make it, baby girl.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
And I pushed through. When I look back, I'm grateful for the experience of Housewives around that time of postpartum depression because it forced me to jump back into things. That's just my experience. There are a lot of downs, but bad bitches don't talk about downs.
Okay, Marisol's turn.
So I filmed 2 scenes, and on one of my scenes, my mom showed up.
Oh,
I don't want to cry. Cry girl, and we were going to Leah's gala.
I remember that day.
And she walks in, and they're like, who's that? I'm like, well, that's my mom. Oh, my God! So wonderful. Let me wear that, too.
Yes.
No, Marisol, it's not becoming to you because you don't look that rich.
She loved that camera. She loved that camera.
And you disrespect my daughter.
What, Mama?
My name is Elsa, no Mama.
And if the producer told her she couldn't do something, she'd grab her by the neck and say, Andy says I can do whatever I want.
Oh, my God, I loved her.
They're like, oh, my God, we love her. We want more of her. And I was like, oh, God, please no. Because I was very aware of the things that she had done to her beautiful face.
And you were always, like, ashamed of that.
I didn't want people to make fun of my mother, you know. My mother was a gorgeous woman. Men would stop her in the street because they thought she was Sophia Loren. But my mother had a bad heart, and so she couldn't get anesthesia. So since she couldn't get a facelift, she started doing fillers, and she got deformed. And the producers kept telling me, oh my God, you understand the world's gonna love her. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't want to put her in that position. I have to protect her. Yeah. I'm glad that she was able to do this because she loved it so much.
Drink to Mama Elsa.
To Mama Elsa.
Cheers to her. Okay, it's Leah's moment to cry.
I've been waiting all day, so let me let it out. Okay, I got you.
I'm just gonna be totally honest. Part of me really did not want to come on this show.
Start crying.
No way.
Let her talk. Let her talk. I really had hesitation coming here because last season was so hard for me. I lost my grandmother the first week of filming. I have to go to Ramona's house for 5 days.
And your grandmother just died, you couldn't leave?
No, she was dying. Dying.
I want to set an intention for my family to find strength because my grandmother is very sick and passing away right now.
And no one said you can go. Like, no producers, none of my cast members, no one said, Leah, go.
There's no way in hell anyone is gonna tell me to sit anywhere if my family needed me.
You gotta take responsibility for what you do and never blame a producer.
I mean, we have the same production company, and I know them very well. There's no way they would have made her stay there.
I was having vertigo. I was having panic attacks. I was freaking out at everybody. I was screaming at them.
You're honestly such a freaking bitch. It's insane.
Not one of you guys is even giving a and it's up.
You bitch, are you crazy?
Finally, like, I woke up in the morning and I was like, I gotta leave, guys. And I got in the car and my mom texted me that she died and I was on my way to New Jersey.
It's okay.
And it catapulted me into the worst depression I've ever had that I ended up in a hospital. And then when it aired, the audience was like, you should have been with your grandmother.
My hugs weren't good enough.
No, I just... You are bigger and you are so much more than whatever experience you had on that show.
I kept waking up every day being like, today is gonna be better. And it just was not getting better. The most painful thing was my daughter. Just having to see me like that.
Whatever they say, you are bigger than all of it.
No one gives you like a guidebook on like how to deal with public shaming. I'm being critiqued on how I'm grieving. Like I remember seeing a comment, Leah's having a bad season. This isn't about a season. This is like about like me losing my grandmother.
People don't realize we're human beings.
Yeah.
People just don't treat us that way.
Yeah.
You know, they treat us like
We're there for their entertainment.
we're there for their entertainment, to talk about, to swear about, to pick apart. And when
Candid.
Oh God, what happened? What happened?
What happened?
No, what happened? What's wrong? What's wrong?
It's not mine.
Okay. This is a safe space, Kim. It really is a safe space. You know, we are like all the way in Thailand. This is a spiritual elephant sanctuary. So there is... So I think whenever you're on a girl trip and you shed a tear, you have to drink. That's all.